Ever felt stuck trying to design a Henshin hero? From what color they should be, or what kind of power, element, or weapon they should wield, or even how they look in their civilian and normal form? Well, fear no more. Here I'll be showing you my tips to help you overcome your troubles and making one with ease. Here's a quick explanation of what a Henshin hero is. It's a character that has the ability to transform, and only from transforming, be able to use their powers. Now, I'm more of a no magic type and more into advanced, lost, fantasy, technology, materials, or fictional power sources when it comes to explaining why they have their powers. Being a Christian, I don't want that my main characters use that because in my belief, it is wicked and is wrong, so I don't do that for them. It's okay to do it for villains though, so no problems with that. Now, where I get my inspiration from, especially if I have like a creative funk, I do search for attire of magical girls and other things like mecha, which is like big fighting robots, sci-fi, action, or fantasy, especially like shows from 1980s and 2000s, and Tokusatsu shows like your common Power Rangers or Kamen Rider, whatever works to help me make the design of the battle suit and how I like it to look. It also helps with making the weapons, the transformation devices, and the powers that they have. So the thing I like to do is do a Google search, and I do attire or accessories for men or boys, and things like typing bullfighters or knights always help me out in these type of situations, and I sometimes dabble in Pinterest. The type of heroes and personality. Now, the type of hero or heroes we're designing is from my story in the making, Wave Warriors, not associated with the 1990 Surfer movie. This is a duo team. With duo teams, there are two characters with special powers, different or similar personalities, and now they must work together to stop the forces of evil. And you know the old saying, 2 is better than 1, also shown in Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 9 through 12. Here I made my characters. Maru Hoshino, a cheerful, optimistic high schooler that is physically strong despite his short height. And something to know about me, I have a total soft spot for characters like that. The second character is another high schooler, but also is the president of student affairs, Shiro Aruka, a logical character that's taller than Maru and gives a superior vibe to the duo. Duos can have different personalities and livelihoods and even friends, and that can make the team be more realistic. Great examples of male duos with not a lot of magic in them is Sherlock Holmes and Watson, Buzz and Woody from Toy Story, and the Hardy Boys, Joe and Frank. They make for really interesting fighting sequences and situations, cool team-up moments, and this helps with conflict that can emerge from the team or from outside forces, showcasing why they work better together, especially against a big foe or multiple of monsters against them. Why the battle suit or character is designed this way? When making yours, try to think of the colors, themes, or even meanings of why they are wearing what they wear. Symbols, themes, or motifs they might represent, like should it be bulky, confusing, or plain? Or simply use common motifs and mix it up with something else, or make it better, or even their names. Like for instance, I have Captain Star and Captain Dolphin. I think you can see what they're going to be based off, but let's continue. The battle suits here are based off sailors' attire, the ocean, and aquatic creatures. The theme, if I had to think of it, would be trust and hope. Here, I wanted the battle suits to be streamlined, so I gave them simple colors based off the color of the ocean, green and blue, simple high collars, a belt to which their transformation device are attached on their side for accessible sake, white pants that sailors wear, also to show wear and tear during battles to give that feel of danger and hardships in fights, boots, and lastly those frills on their shoulders. This gives them a uniform, trustful team look. But if you want them to stand out as an individual, you can add more accessories or less to another, and or change the color of their hair or eyes. Like with Maru, aka Captain Star, he's based off the starfish and dons the color green. He wears short boots with wraps under his lower leg, kind of like a pirate, a gold minimalistic crown around his head, and a red scarf I personally put on him to give him more flair and to stand out. It's also a classic in old Tokusatsu shows for the hero to wear, like in Kamen Rider. Plus, I visualize him fighting monsters or villains, and it would look cool to see the flow of his scarf in motion. For Shiro, aka Captain Dolphin, he's based off the dolphin and dons the color blue. He wears long boots, has a different hairstyle that is fantastical, and has a short, dark blue cape. I wanted it to be long, but it would ruin his overall look, especially being a tall guy. Plus, it would look cumbersome and would be in the way when he's fighting. so short was the better option. Also, I like his short cape, it's so cute. Powers, weapons, fighting type. As for powers, sometimes when I'm designing a Henshin hero, I consider the powers and how it applies to the battle suit. I want both to use the power of the sea and wind, or vice versa, maybe as melee attacks. That seems like a good idea for the time being. As for weapons and fighting type, for Maru, or Captain Star, he's based off the starfish, so from researching the creature, I made it that he has a tough skin quirk, making it great for close combat and wrestling. This is also the reason why I have his arm showing more, so that it can show the harshness of the battles that he get into. The same purpose goes for his weapon, a large golden shuriken that can be used for defense or attack, but he must learn to control it in order to get the most of it. As for Shiro, aka Captain Dolphin, he's based off the dolphin, because I really like that creature and it relates to his tall height. The creature has a majestic vibe, and it fights by ramming its target. This fits Shiro nicely as he strategically makes his attacks, mostly with his weapon, a modified fantasy rapier sword, and he knows how to fence, and he also does impactful kicks. Lastly, transformation device and power sources. Their power source and ability to transform come from their phones, one shaped like a star for Maru, and the other one like a diamond. I wanted it to resemble a dolphin somewhat, and thought the fin of one kinda looks like a diamond, so I went with that in mind for Shiro's phone. And both store the old but advanced technology. Another thing I do is I do an online search for accessories that men wear, or reinvent the wheel of a common accessory or device that exists. Or have it that you have to use 2 devices to unlock the powers of the Henshin hero and their battle suit. Kinda like Kamen Rider and Powerpuff Girls Z. And ta-da! You got yourself a Henshin hero. This is my 1K challenge that I got from Think Media, and this is my entry. Thanks to them and Sean Cannell that got me to push through all the challenges for 2024. Thanks for watching. This is Jenny saying have a blessed day, night, or afternoon.